T1, T1. See? They just pulled out and went on to the side road out onto the main road. And there's a racetrack. At 1:33 they pulled out from, I'm going to show you where they were. I don't know why they went there. Maybe to get some drinks, I don't know, for lunch or something, I don't know. They just went into Aldi's or were on the side, oops, of Aldi's, like right there. They were parked, extra space storage. They were parked in that back space there. And I couldn't see the end of them, like the end where the T1 was. Then, this appeared before, like, after the truck. I forgot what time it was. What time was it? 1:27? I think it was 1:27. And then I got a message, a notification from somebody that said about someone finding somebody. And that represents that someone finding somebody, meaning the cross, the Chevrolet cross. Chevy, Chevrolet. And now that car that was beside me just pulled away. It was a woman with her kid. But it's all planned by God and his angels, heathens, hellions, and minions and demons. And now the fire truck pulled away just for me to see. No, apparently I guess it was, they left. I didn't see them pull away. 134, 135. That was 2004, 2005. Or it also represents the 13 years from 1994 to 2007. 13 years. And that's when my stalker showed up in Florida, 2007. But I resisted him in 1997, the first time I went to Florida with Joe, when I had to abandon my apartment on Gurdon Street because I lost my job, my unemployment ran out, and I was hired by the Stop and Shop in Stratford at the docks, but I wasn't able to get there on Sundays because the bus didn't go all the way out there at that time, which I'm sure by now it does. But I would have had to walk, and if I had to be to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, the buses didn't start on Sunday till like 9. So I didn't see that. I panicked. I didn't see that it would work out, and I panicked. So instead of letting Joe go and me just go my way, I wasn't ready for my stalker. That's the whole point. I wasn't ready for what God was trying to do, whatever he was trying to do with me by causing Orange County smoke likely from wildfires still burning. Well, still, I didn't read the rest of it because it cut off. Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta do something with my day, and I was gonna go shower, but then I'm not. But I have to take a shot at 1BTC. No, I can't have... I took my money out of Bitcoin because I was losing. And if I would have kept it in, I would have probably been up a little bit. But I couldn't take the chance. And with Social Security, I don't think I'm able to have Bitcoin. So can Donald Trump or Paula White let me know if I can partake in the Bitcoin action being on Social Security? I don't want to get into trouble for doing something because I don't know what you're allowed to have when you're on Social Security. When you're on Social Security, they expect you to be dying. But yet, they only pay $250 for your burial. And that's basically not even enough to cremate you. This system is so fluckery. It's so full of fluckery. So what was I saying before? Of when the notification came up about someone finding some woman. I'll share the post. I got to look at my message notifications. But yeah, so I was saying about the fire truck. I think the letters were AFD on the front of it, but it was T1 at the backside, on the backside. But it was Apopka in big letters, big black letters, and it was the big fire truck with the ladder, and it said T1. Now that means T minus T1 seconds to take off, or T1 meaning Tanya or Tommy, meaning Tommy Mira, which is someone from my family's past, but the name Tommy. Then we got I'm trying to think of what T1 is representing. Besides T1 to take off, minus T1 seconds, I don't know. T meaning the one. I just got it. I just hit the nail on it. The one. T stands for the one. And the truck meaning fire rescue. Okay, let me tell you a story about that. Back in, I don't know what year it was. It was in 97? Or was it 98? I don't know if it was before or after I left for Florida the first time, when I had to abandon my apartment. I can't remember. But my son's father, before he was my son's father, before he became, oh, my nose is itchy. Okay, shower time. But then my food's gonna go bad. And I am far away from another 7-Eleven to be able to heat up my food, unless I do that tonight. I'll prepare it now, and then have it tonight, I guess. I don't know. As long as I stay in the shade and I keep the windows open, it doesn't get humid in here, so the food doesn't go bad. But I've got to clean my car out. I've got to organize it, or I am fucked. I shouldn't be on the phone. I need to organize my car in case I lose everything. Because when it first starts, it takes a little time for it to sound okay and smooth. But upon starting, it sounds kind of like that, with the car. It's like a lot of heaviness, like a heavy breathing. My car doing a heavy breathing. What my mom was doing when she was fucking Richie, or Richie was fucking her. But anyway, and now we got a woman kind of heavy set, a little bit, to the left of me. It's like everywhere I turn, it's representing somebody from my past. At 141. I'm done. Now there's a blue car that represented Maria. Maria had a bluish green Chevrolet. I forgot the name of the car. She lost that. She lost her apartment, and she lost everything because she couldn't work because her kid's father was a drunk, and she couldn't trust him to stay at home with her kids. And that's kind of the same what happened to me. They made me not be able to work because I couldn't afford for my son to be in daycare. He wouldn't stay in daycare because they mistreated him. Then, because of my daddy and my mommy, and because my mommy's son in foster home and adoption was abused, so now it was my fault we went to foster home, according to my mommy. Okay? And this all has to play out so that you get the understanding of who was wrong and who was right. And the Michael Jackson song, they don't care who's wrong or right. Okay? It goes according to their ways. So even though we're living in sin, and we're a sinful people, they don't care who's wrong or right. Whoever can make them the most money, they'll keep around so they can use them. And now my mommy is like all washed up and kind of dying, and my sister's life is kind of nothing to really talk about because she's not doing anything bad right now but being a mom to her kids, but she's not even being a mom. God is supplying her. God is supporting her with Social Security. Either her or her son is still getting Social Security, which is only going to be for a couple more years. But because he'll be 18 soon, her second born son. So her third son, she ain't getting Social Security from unless they somehow made him get Social Security. Now, I don't know. You never know how God works. He'll allow anything to keep people in the picture a little bit longer, you know? So I don't know what's going on. But I'm over here talking about them, and I don't want to be. And I could be blessing them while I'm talking about them. Hopefully, God's not carrying them through, because God didn't carry me through. Because I'm the one that asked my son for help. If I didn't ask my son for help, I would have been raped. I would have continuously been raped being homeless. They would have taken my son from me completely. They would have made him not want to be with me. They would have not made him not want to know me back then. And I would have been furious. I would have really flipped the script back then on people. Okay? But they're doing it slowly. They allowed my son to help me. To help them go a little bit further. Because now my son blessed me. I paid him back. But now his father, he helped his father. He didn't do diddly squat for him. It was my suffering, my pain, my loss that did for my son. Joe did diddly squat. God used Joe. Let's not get it twisted here. I'm the one that suffered for my son to be doing as good as he is. And that's why Joe needed help from his son, because Joe fucked my life up. Helped to fuck it up. But now God is using my son to help his father. Now they're all in goody-goody and my son's father's doing good. But it's not fair, because I'm not doing good. They stole, killed, and destroyed my life. And now I'm barely living. I'm just getting by the skin of my teeth, or the hair, the piece of hair strand. Okay, like, what do they call it? By a hair thin piece of string or something like that. I can't remember how they say that saying. But I'm not that kind of person to worry about phrases and this and that. I want to live. I want to live right. I don't want to live incorrectly and wrong and having to screw other people. That's only cheating myself. And then if the other person finds, or people finds out that I'm using them to survive, I don't want to live like that. See, their lives depend on me, on how I remain struggling. If I remain alive, and if I allow God to continue to use me for the devil's work, so the devils, heathens, hellions, and minions, and demons can survive? No, I think not. I think not. But see, it's not as puffy anymore, but it's still sore and infected. It's still a slight bit puffy, but this one's not puffy right here. It's not as, see? That's just normal. This is not normal. You see, it's got an extra, that one doesn't have an extra, not until like right here. That's my bone, my cheekbone. But here, it's a part of my cheekbone, but it's puffy. See? Here it's not puffy. See? It's flat. See? It's flat. It's all flat here. It's not puffy to where this is my soft part of my eye. But this is not my soft part of the eye. And see how it's puffy? There's fluid back there because of this. Because of my infection from the buggies. And that's how this is all up in here. In my scalp. It's sore, sensitive, and some of it was puffy, but now it's sore, as if like I got bumps on my head from getting hit on my head or something. But it's not like a sensitive, it's just sore. It doesn't hurt, but it's just a little sore upon touch. But it doesn't hurt, but it's still swollen. The infection is still there right here and all up in here. And it kind of spreads around here where the buggies are up here too. They're going away though, but I don't know what to do. I'm done. I don't want to keep driving. I want to take a shower. I got to fix my car. I got to clean my car. I got to eat. And it's already 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I woke up at 9 o'clock. Just before 9 o'clock, I woke up. I didn't wake up until after 9. When I got to 7-Eleven, guess what time it was? 9:11. And then they had a car drive by that sounded like gunshots at 9/11. Oh, my neck. It's cracking little by little. The big ones happened last night and this morning. And then now more little ones. So it's loosening up, but then it's going to... Because I'm giving up. And when I give up, you know what's going to happen? Not good things. If I give up like the church is trying to push me to do... You got Miss Paula White being that enemy, that hater, like my family, to push me to quit and give up. They're telling me to let go. That's not a good thing. They're telling me to let go so something else can... No. Yeah, if I let go, you know what's going to happen? You know what the other thing that's going to happen? Many people are going to die. If I let go, many people are going to die. So the church is trying to prevent me from getting to where God wants me to bless me, because God himself doesn't really want to go through with this, because he wants to put Jamie in my place. The little Miss Paula White lookalike. So that's the story. So if I don't make it through, they're going to put Jamie, Ashley Nicole, Ashley Taylor, Fenty Halpern, DeVincentis Krause, whatever her fucking names are, okay? They're trying to put her in my place. Okay, because she's working behind the scenes with my stalker as a Bonnie and Clyde type thing. And then what they're trying to do is work together to take me out of my position and kind of assassin me so they could take my place. That's why they're trying to get all this information out from me. Because they want to get as much information out of me before I either take my life or before I'm killed or before something bad happens. That's what they're trying to do. So none of this is working together for my good. With that said, I'm going to work together for my good, and I'm going to go prepare my food to eat, perhaps go shower to charge my phone so I could tune into American Idol. Because that's like the highlight of my life right now, which I'm starting to lose that desire because of what God and the devil are doing to my life. The music is not really doing anything for me anymore because it's been taken out of context. It's starting to come back. The song choices and the meaning and purpose, people are getting it. I think they're kind of starting to get it and connect with it as God is bringing them down a level from their high horses or from their pedestals or from their outside life. Okay, they think that they're going to continue the way they did in their lives before American Idol, and they think they're going to be badasses like these rappers. No, God is doing a new thing. He's trying to knock down the devil's kingdom because it's gotten too high for its horses, and in a bad way. Because if the devil's kingdom keeps rising, you know what's going to happen? What did I say before? Death. Many people are going to die. It will lead to war. As it already is. There's little battles taking place everywhere. You just don't hear about them because they're not brought out. They're not brought out into the open, into the news, so everybody could see or hear about them. Unless you live in that state, that county, that whatever. Okay. The reason why God brought the internet to the people are not using it for the right things. They're using it to continue their heathen, hellion, and demon and minion works of iniquity and non-conducive works and deeds. And it's only leading to more chaos, catastrophe, commotion, confusion, conspiracy, dysfunction, disorder, destruction, defect, deficiency. Because you think that... Oh, I wanted to go, God. To think that God saving you is gonna save the world. No. Okay? By God saving you, it's only going to save you and maybe a few people around you. If that. But that's why when God saves one, sometimes that one doesn't really get saved because the others that were a part of that one before God saved them and pulled them out to use them for their meaning and purpose. The ones that were there for that person get angry, get jealous, get hateful, get vengeful. And that one that God saved becomes the target of all those. So now that one is at war. So that's another. So they think God is saving them. No. It's just a different level. You have other demons, heathens, hellions, and minions and demons to face. Because now, the higher up you make it, the more demons, heathens, hellions, and minions are at your door or on you. Okay? And then it's costly because you got to make more money to pay for protection. Then you got to pay for your daily things, and the cost becomes more and more. And then you got to fuck more people out of their money. And more people die. This system is not working, people. It may be working, but is it really working? How healthy are you? What kind of lifestyle are you living in your high horse pedestal life? What kind of, is your diet good? Is your nutrition, are you living right? Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Are you content? Has your dreams come true? Did you get to fulfill your meaning and purpose? What legacy are you leaving behind? Are you happy with your life, with the outcome and result of your works, or what God used you for? Is he just using you to be the last one in your clan? Is he carrying you through so you can live this somewhat lavish life, but then possibly be the last one in your clan to live? There's so many different ways, and that's kind of what's happening. He's eliminating all the bad seeds. Okay? By taking the one or two good ones out of the family. Because the bad seeds only grew so much because of what was in them or not in them. Okay? So they only grow to be a certain length or level or understanding or education, and they fall according to their works and their understanding or their deeds or non-conducive works and deeds. You get the point. I'm getting tired of talking. I'm getting out of breath. I'm tired because it's keeping me from doing what I need to do. Just like my daddy and my mummy and his clan in my life meddling, keeping me from doing what I was supposed to do. And they made all these bad things happen by playing puppets and puppeteers and puppet master and controlling this one and that one to come in and out of my life and do this and do that to me and cause that and this to happen. You understand? I don't want that. They fucked my life up. They fucked my mouth up. I don't smoke, drink, drug, sex, party. I was trying to take care of myself. And they only hurt me and broke me down. And then they gave my life to my sister and my mummy and split it between them and my brothers. But some of them are having to suffer for the other ones to survive and have a good life. So you see, my mom's middle son, she had 3 sons by Richie. Her first son suffered for the first 6 to 10, 16 years of his life. Then he went into the service. He had a good home in a foster home for the later part of his life, or adopted parents, and then he went into the Army for 20 years. So he's been in the Army for 20 years. So he really he's had a good life. He's had 2 marriages, had some kids, but he too had to suffer in his own way because of my mom and his dad. His mom and dad. He doesn't understand that. His mom and, they put the blame on me, that it was my fault for going to foster home. But I was only trying to save us. But my mom didn't save me and my sister. Okay? So she punished me and my sister by rejecting us and neglecting us and having vengeance and retaliating against us. So that's what caused her firstborn son to have the trauma that he went through. Oh, look at the little Chihuahua mix. Oh, so cute. It's mixed. It's a mixed Chihuahua with something. I don't know. It's cute. Maybe Jack Russell. It's a small one though. But I don't know if it was a Jack Russell, but it looked similar to that. But it was a small version. But anyway. I gotta go. I can't. I gotta eat. I lost my... I'm stuck right now in purgatory. Once again but I'm like right outside the door of hell. And if I step in that direction, or if I go in that direction with my car, my life is over. But even if I go in the direction of God, it's over. Because the devil has done so much damage and destruction and made so much disorder and defect and deficiency. Okay? And my hair, deficiency. My eyesight is deteriorating. My everything, my health, my well-being, internal, external, everything. I don't want to go on like this. And I don't want to be carried through this. So I can help change the world. Because the world don't give a fuck about me. Because it's the world that's doing what they're doing to me. God is using all of you to be the fluffery in my life. Even by me watching American Idol, when I should be organizing my belongings or somewhere, or doing something productive for my life. Watching, I mean, no offense to you guys, I'm just using you as an example. American Idol is a good thing, sort of, but just like even soap operas are a good and bad thing. I hate soap operas now. I hated them when I was younger, but little did everybody know that the reason why I would go visit my mom, because she had a TV and working cable, because she stole it from the neighbor and helped them pay their cable bill. So they split the cable bill so that one could have the service so that the other could steal from. You see, that's how they have to do that in the poor, in the poverty, because they smoke, they drink, because they have the wrong meaning and definition. Their version of the American dream is mixed between good and bad. You can't straddle the fence between good and bad. You can't straddle the fence between the American dream and the American nightmare. And by smoking, drinking, drugging, sexing, partying, fucking, sucking, dicking, and licking, and not doing life in the order in which it was supposed to be done, and with the right type of works, you see, humanity is not partaking in life in the way it's supposed to be. It's not working the good deeds and the good jobs of life. Okay? It's all of iniquity. It's all non-conducive. Oh, that's the word, conducive. That's what I was looking for. The opposite of non-conducive. The incorrect versus the correct. And no one on this earth is working right. Not even the farmers, because they want to partake in all the fun stuff. They want to get quick. They want to get rich quick. They want to go out there and have fun and smoke, drink, drugs, sex, and party, and partake in the death and the destruction and the disorder and the defect and the deficiency. The devil will try to go in through any crack, any means, to get you on the path to destruction slowly. Okay? And that's how they change generations and make them last less. Like the quality and the quantity. You can be doing good. You could be up on your high pedestal and high horse, but that devil, them devils, them heathens, they'll come in and slowly work and put cracks in your foundation. Okay? So you got to be careful. Okay? Smoking, drinking, drugging, sexing, partying, fucking, sucking, dicking, and licking. That's going to destroy your good life. The recipe that you have done for your life. Don't allow the devil to work his heathens, hellions, and minions and demons in your foundation and to crack it all up with that smoking, drinking, drugging, sexing, partying, fucking, sucking, dicking, and licking, and causing division and separation among you and your wife or you and your family. I hope this is getting to somebody or some people. Anyway, they will trick you and say, oh no, this is what we do up in this life. This is what we do. No. Yeah, that's what the heathens, hellions, and minions and demons do. And they trick you into those things that's going to steal, kill, and destroy all that you worked for, or that all that God has given you and is going to take from you. Okay? That's how I just gave you a rundown and a run up on how it all goes up and down like a roller coaster. Okay? How far low, how far high, how whatever. That's up to you to figure out, because that's up to you on what you choose and decide in your life and in your circle. That's funny. That's funny. This guy almost resembled. Oh, he's tall though. Look at this little puppy. Look at the little puppy. You didn't want to get the person in. Come on, focus, focus, focus. I don't want to get the person in. Look at that, so cute. It's not focused very well, but yeah. But anyway. So I'm going to go. I think I'm done talking. I had to break away from the spirit because it will keep me going and going and going and going until I'm gone. And I can't let that happen. But I need money to fix my tooth before I lose it all. Because now it's been starting on this one. Like there's a little separation at the gum because the tooth surface is being eaten away. It's not black because I don't smoke, drink, drug. I brush my teeth. I take care of my teeth. But the soda, the teas, the poisoning, the bacteria, the poisoning that they put on everything causes destruction. I don't really want to go into the gym again to fucking take a shower and then have to curl my hair again. Even though it doesn't take long, but just the distractions. The ones that they're using to infest me again with buggies. I'm done giving out free information, by the way, because now my car is about to break down. And I don't have the money to put on a new one, and I got to check my balance because they're not allowing my phone to charge. Oh, wow, it charged 10% while I've been sitting here. Wow. But it's been an hour. It took my phone to charge 10%. And the charger and the cord says it's supposed to be in 30 minutes full charge, or up to 50%. It's only 15. And it's a new cord I just bought not even 2 weeks ago. I had to buy another charger. Hi, Sherry. Still looking to insure your 2010 Dodge Journey? No. Interference. 206. No. Now they're trying to drag me along by giving me these, by telling me that, okay, I'm going to get a breakthrough in May, in the next 3 months, in the next 3 months, oh, in the next week, oh, that, oh, this, oh, that. It's all for like 3 die, 9 missing after Panga style, whatever. I gotta go. I gotta check my balance to see what I can afford to do and what I can't afford to do. I don't know. It's only the 5th of the month, or 6th. The 5th. It's only the 5th. I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait 3.5 more weeks with this car. And now that people know my location, I don't want to be here. But maybe by me revealing where I am, maybe that will allow God to zone in and start zapping people that are trying to fuck with me and that are being a part of the fluckery. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what God does. We'll see. What God does will determine what I do. Because if I don't start seeing anything good happen, so I got to see if I can get my jack to work. And then I got to see if I can lift up my rear tire, the rear part of my car. So I can take off my wheel to check the thickness of my brakes in my rear brakes. To know if I have to change my brakes right now or if I could just work on my ABS. But now if I go to somewhere like Pep Boys and they find something wrong with the brake job, I can't afford to fix somebody else's mistake that they did to my car and to fix the problem that I go to Pep Boys for that I can't afford to fix. You follow me? See, my daddy is stupid. He's only working off of his power that the devil's kingdom gave him. He's not working off of smarts because he doesn't have any. He's stupid. He's ignorant. He's foolish. Therefore, God is going to use his stupidity, ignorance, and foolishness because that's what he brought to the table. So now that trickles down into my life. Even though I was not as stupid, foolish, and ignorant as my daddy and mummy. But the devil's works is causing me to seem like that. They poison the soda. They poison the soda. And I'm going to take some more because I need something to drink. And I'm not going to drink no warm soda or my warm tea. Excuse me. It's poison. I can taste it. Tastes like soda, but there's also... you could taste that chemical taste. Well, I can. Because I know what soda's supposed to taste like. And this ain't soda. It's partial soda. But it's partial other ingredients to poison us and make us sick. And it's hard to tell nowadays Hispanic from white men. It's hard to tell. Because it looks like everybody has a part of a Latina in them. Or Latin. Latina, Latin, whatever. That soda is so disgusting. But I gotta go. I need a shower. So, guess what? Bye.